All right, you guys, let's tackle the next one, example 2 on this sheet. Okay, let's get going. So, it says Sally was driving in her car and realized that her gas light turned on. Oh my goodness, that actually happened to me today and I was freaking out. But I'm going to make it to a gas station. If not, you might not see me make another video because I'll be on the side of the road walking home. Hopefully not. But anyways, I think I'll make it to a gas station. But Sally was driving in her car and realized that her gas light turned on. She can only drive for 25 more miles before her car gas tank will be empty. That's not good. Sally is currently at exit number 200 on the interstate. What are the 2 possible exit numbers that she could be at if she runs out of gas? So Sally didn't realize, if she just didn't realize it, or if she was trying to make it to one of the exits and she used up her 25 miles. We want to figure out where she'd be because, first of all, since we know that Sally just ran out of gas, we probably should call AAA for her or get a tow truck out there for her so she'll be okay. But also, it's just good to know where the possible range that Sally could be in on the interstate. It'll help out the person coming to help her out with her gas. But anyways, so it says, what are the possible 2 exit numbers that she could be at if she runs out of gas? And then we're going to set up a lovely absolute value equation to model this situation and then solve. Okay, so if you guys remember from earlier, this is our standard way of setting up our problem. Okay, we're going to always have an x minus something in these problems. Okay, this number is the part that does not change. So it's the part that stays the same. And the part that it equals is the number that stays the same, but its sign will change. So one of the numbers will be positive and one of them will be negative. So let's see what will happen. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out the 2 exit numbers because that's going to help me kind of figure out what my answer should be in the end. So I want to know where I'm trying to get to. Okay, so, and again, it's good to underline things in the problem that might be helpful. So I spot a 25 here. Okay, so I'm going to underline this pretty salmon color. All right. Also, let's see here. We see this 200 right here, so I'm going to underline that bad boy right here. All right. And then, now let's see if we can kind of piece together this problem. So I'm going to first figure out the 2 possible exit numbers that Sally could be at. So, if Sally is starting at exit 200, okay, and if her tank can only go for 25 more miles. Okay, if you didn't know, the exit numbers on the interstate count up or down every time you reach a mile. So if you're at exit 200 and you're at exit 201, that means you traveled 1 mile. If you didn't know, sometimes you might not know that. Okay, so we got to figure out the 2 exits that Sally could possibly be at. So let's figure out if Sally's traveling the way that makes the exit numbers go down. Okay, if she has 25 more miles until her gas runs out and we are heading down in our exit numbers, what would I do? Holy hot dog, you guys are so smart. Okay, so the lowest exit, the smallest exit number, okay, that is going to be, which I can write it right here, 200 minus 25. Okay, which that will give us 175. Okay, so Sally could be at exit 175 if that's the way that she's traveling. Okay, the highest exit number that she could be at, would be the other way. So we'd be counting upwards. So this time we're going to add the 25. So 200 plus 25, which equals 225. So Sally's either going to be at exit number 175 or 225. Okay, so the tow truck or whoever's going to come and help out Sally, unfortunately has like a 50-mile portion of the interstate that Sally could be on, because they don't know if Sally's at 175 or 225, and those are 50 miles apart. So hopefully the tow truck will get there in time before the demon cats get Sally. Okay, so we know that these are what our x values are going to be. Okay, we know our absolute value equation is going to be x minus something equals something. We know we're going to split our equation into two equations, and we know that our final answer should be these two when we get done. So on one side, I should get 225, and on one side, I should get 175 if we did it correctly. Okay, so remember, this part right here is the part. That does not change. So when I was finding my answer, what number did not change and stayed the same? You guys are fabulous. It is the 200. The 200 never changed. In both problems, when I was solving for the exit number, 200 remains the same. So I'm going to put 200 in that spot. Okay? And then this number right here is the number that kind of stays the same, but one time it's positive and one time it's negative. Okay, so let's see what happens. And if you guys realize, this equation looks like what we set up when we split it into two equations. So just saying, this is kind of the setup for when we solve absolute value. But anyways, the number that changes sign, one time this is a negative 25, and one time it's a positive 25. So guess what, you guys? 25 is going on this side of my equation. All right, now let's start solving this absolute value equation. Let's do this thing. Okay, so we have x minus 200. X minus 200. 200. That's a 200. That's really ugly, but it'll be all right. So one time, remember, we write this part of the equation twice. So I'm going to write it twice. The other side is x minus 200 as well. Okay? And then one side, it will equal whatever the equation equals, which is 25. And on the other side, the sign is going to change, so negative 25. All right, let's solve this thing. And don't forget, at the end, we need to check our work. So don't forget that. Okay, so how do you move a negative 200 to the other side? You do add it on both sides. Nice. Which negative 200 plus 200 will cancel and turn to 0. 25 plus 200 is 225. Awesome sauce. We got the right answer. Yay! Party time. Party time. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Okay. Anyways, okay, now let's solve this one. So how do we move negative 200 to the other side? Yes, we do add that bad boy on both sides. So negative 200 plus 200 will cancel and turn to 0. And negative 25 plus 200 will be 175. Yay! We got the right answer. Party, party, party. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. Okay. So we reached our answer, but don't forget, we must check our work, because in absolute value equations, sometimes we have sneaky ninjas that try to act like they're the answer, but they are not. And we need to see if any of these are extraneous. Okay, so let's check these bad boys over here. One time it's going to be x equals 225. One time will be for when x equals 175. Now, where do I substitute these numbers in to see if these answers are valid answers? What do I substitute those bad boys into? I substitute them into the original absolute value equation, or the one after you get absolute value by itself, which this one, it's already by itself. Okay, so I'm going to substitute in 225 for my x. So we have 225 minus 200. And our goal is to make this thing equal 25. All right, so let's see what happens. 225 minus 200 will give me 25. 25. And the absolute value of 25, holy hot dog, is 25. So 25 will always equal 25. Yay! We got it right. So exciting. Nice, nice, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, now this one. I'm going to substitute 175 in for my x. So 175 minus 200 should give me a positive 25 if I did it correctly. So let's see what happens. All right, 175 minus 200 is negative 25. All right, let's see if that equals a 20 to the 5. All right, what is the absolute value of negative 25? It is 25. Yay! 25 will equal 25. Heck to the yes. Nice job, you guys. I had so much fun. It was great.